In just the last 40 days, I made almost $20,000 from this AI Faces YouTube channel. We started from complete scratch on a brand new account, and this was our first day of being monetized. And then since then, we've gone on to make $20,000. We got monetized on February 28th, and our very first video got 83,000 views. It was posted February 12th, so we got monetized in just about 2 weeks. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what niche this is, our entire content method, and give you guys the full case study so that you can replicate this for yourself. And I'm also going to be giving you all of our AI prompts completely for free if you watch until the end of this video. Guys, my name is JeremyB. I've been making YouTube videos for over 15 years now. I've grown over 26 successful YouTube channels. You can see all my plaques I got here in the background from all my channels. Everything is public on my website. I don't hide any of my successes, and I try to be fully transparent with you guys as much as possible. So this channel specifically was one that I've built in partnership with one of my coaching students. We originally had the idea from the niche by finding this channel originally, the Nature Lost Vault channel. This channel, by the way, is one of the most successful channels ever that uses the AI tools that we use too. They started, 5 months ago. They were making like 50 to 80K a month at one point, really high RPMs in this niche. But in this content style, they're making these videos talking about agriculture, different foods, different types of plants and things you can grow, as well as medicine. And these sort of like hidden texts, or like, they don't want you to know this, they don't want to tell you about this, like this kind of stuff, where this like lost technology type of stuff. So it's like the lost technology from nature. And we saw this channel blowing up. Is a really, really awesome content style. It's a really awesome niche. And so for this content method, this channel that we saw, they're using a software called VidRush. Now, if you guys don't know what VidRush is, it's essentially just the best AI content creation tool right now in terms of actually creating videos. I'm going to get more into that later on when I give you guys a step-by-step walkthrough of how we make this content, but I just want to go through the niche first really quickly. So we found this niche. Obviously, there's like a million copycats because this is AI content, right? Like we're using AI tools, we're using AI softwares. If one niche blows up, there's going to be 20 other people that do the same thing, within a month or two, usually is our experience. So we found this niche. Obviously, it's very saturated, but I really liked the concept of this, and the core messaging of this content, of this like hidden technology, I thought was really awesome. So we kind of like I talked with my student Chris, who worked on this channel, and we discussed a lot like, okay, what can we do? How can we do this niche in a way that's going to be different, that's going to be something fresh, that's going to be something new? So we said, okay, well, this agriculture, this is like a very big survival component to this niche. Like it's really interesting to be able to grow food, to be able to live without the government involvement, essentially, is a big part of like the core messaging of the content in these, like the videos on this channel. So that we kind of like really, we watched like just all the videos on the channel. We really like studied. Essentially what we would do is like download the transcripts, and then from there we can like import the transcripts into AI, and then have the AI analyze like what's the core messaging of this content, like how can we understand this content, and more. And I'll give you guys the prompts for that in just a bit too. But so essentially what we did was we had the idea, we were thinking of an adjacent niche, and what we came up with was doing it but for housing and essentially like the environment that humans live in. So rather than the things that you eat and the medicine and these things that you consume, we're going to do this content for the place that you live in. So we made this video, the $5,000 house they made illegal. Why are you not allowed to build it? This is a really cool topic. It's like a house that you can build for $5,000. Why is it illegal, right? That's very interesting and captures like the core concept that made like the Nature Lost Vault channel work in the first place. Same thing with this. The house heats itself forever. Our second ever video on this channel, by the way, 210,000 views. This house heats itself forever. Why did the energy industry bury it? So it's very like anti-government type of messaging, but also like this like hidden technology, hidden cost-efficient methods for doing things that are really common, right? Everybody uses house heat. Everybody lives in a house. Everybody has water. Everybody uses air conditioning, right? Everybody has a heater, all these different things. So we started making content about these types of topics. Same thing with this one, zero energy bills. It's like, why? Okay, why is there a house that pays zero energy bills that's banned in America? Like, what the heck is there's like a little, you could see there's a little bit of like a government conspiracy element here, but obviously also there is an element of like, wow, I kind of want to get free energy. Like, is that even possible? Like, how is that even a thing? Like, is that even real? What's going on here? And then obviously we have like the thumbnail that shows kind of like this utopia concept that just hints at what the actual title is showing. Same thing with this one. Another one of our outliers, almost 1 million views on this one. This home costs $300 to build and $0 to heat forever. Why is it banned? So we're talking about like banned, illegal, lost technologies. And eventually over time, we started adding in a little personality element as well with a like face, a webcam host, partially for monetization, but also partially because eventually the niche started to get a little bit more competitive. So we wanted to set ourselves apart from other creators and just build up a little bit more branding. Since this is an AI channel, obviously we are doing this fully with AI. The person in these videos, spoiler alert, it's not a real person, it's AI. So let's just take a look at like one of the videos here.
Around the year 1000, the Pueblo people in the high desert.
What we've got here is like it's funny, we do like a German accent because the guy I do this channel with, he's in Germany. But it's actually a voice clone. So we use an 11 Labs professional voice clone, and we cloned his voice so that he doesn't have to record voiceovers. We can just like do it with 11 Labs automatically. So all these visuals are completely created by the VidRush software. All the B-roll, all the editing. So we just essentially what we do is we create the script with AI. We upload that script to VidRush, sync it with our 11 Labs Pro Voice clone. And then within VidRush, we get back a fully completed video with really high quality editing. Honestly, it's a great software. So we do that. And then now what we're also doing on our more recent videos is we're taking the videos from VidRush and then just editing them a little bit more. So we're adding like a webcam host. So we add like 4 to 5 clips of a webcam host. And I'll show you how to do this too. So we have that. We're just doing like a couple little clips and just editing a little bit more beyond just what the VidRush software does too. But I think VidRush is going to add stuff like this soon. But these like webcam clips help a lot. Like this is how we stay safe for monetization. Like for inauthentic content, for reused content, it's really, really safe if you have like a person on camera hosting. Doesn't matter if the person's AI. So this is like a fully AI person, by the way. It's like not the guy that I do this channel with. It's like
this is where it gets
literally just AI, but it's pretty good quality. It's not perfect. Like you can really tell if you like really look at it, but overall it's definitely good enough. And obviously we're doing like essentially documentary content about these topics, doing pretty in-depth breakdowns about the subjects and kind of telling the story of the certain things. So this is a video about mold. We've got the script, you know, why mold comes back, the expensive cycle. So we talk about like how there's an industry that basically just farms its customers for money because it doesn't actually kill the mold properly. They just sell you bleach, you use the bleach kills the mold, but then the mold grows back and then they sell you more bleach. And that's like kind of the conspiracy here, like the conspiracy concept for this video. So then we talk about, of course, how mold really grows, the science behind. So the actual solution, by the way, the $2 forgotten liquid that kills all mold is borax in this video, if you're interested. And then we talk more about that, obviously. And I mean, you can like, if you want to see the details, you can go and just like look at the video and download the script. So as you guys can see, the core concept that we implemented here was taking a successful channel, understanding what made that channel successful, understanding why the content is interesting, understanding why the content works, and then you take that core understanding and apply it to something new that hasn't been done before that's similar. So for example, maybe you want to do this for yourself. You want to take our channel and how could you apply that to other niches? Well, instead of food and nature, agriculture, like the Nature Lost Vault, instead of lost build archives, like we're doing homes and all this DIY stuff and utilities, maybe you could do transportation. You could do cars, you could do bikes, you could do just transporting in general. I'm sure you could do all sorts of videos about why American public transportation is really bad in a similar way. Like this train costs X dollars to build and $0 to run. Why is it not being made in America? That's just one idea literally off the dome, off the top of my head. You could probably think about, like, let's understand the core concept here. What are things that humans use? What are things that humans engage with? Maybe you're talking about, you could do like certain household items, like you're doing videos about your bed or your desk or your chair or your floor or your kitchen. You know, cooking could be one. Like you could do videos about different recipes and cooking and, you know, just spitballing ideas here. I don't want to get too lost in the details, but you can see the thought process here. I want you guys, if you're going to do this for yourself to be successful, you got to really apply the thought process that got us to be successful in the first place. The easiest way, you always want to take the least path of resistance. The easiest way is going to be with doing this with other adjacent niches. So let's talk about how we make these videos. So I've got a couple of AI prompts here. I've got a script writing prompt, so we're going to be writing our scripts with AI. We've also got an ideation prompt, and then of course we use our main software here, VidRush. VidRush is currently still in beta. They're probably releasing soon, but if you guys want to get access to VidRush, I do have a code that will allow you to access this, because right now it's like a fully private software. So it's a really big competitive advantage if you can get access to this. Yeah, so the referral code, if you want to get access to VidRush, is JeremyB. I'll just write that so you guys can see it, like this. Now, I'm not a partner of VidRush. I'm not an owner. I actually don't even get an affiliate commission. It's literally just the software we use. So I'm just going to show you guys our method and walk you through an entire example of making these videos. So first of all, we start with the idea brainstorming. So the ideas here are really, really important. Like you can kind of tell if you look at the channel, same thing with the Nature Lost Vault channel, like the ideas that are performing are, in my opinion at least, I think significantly better than the videos that are underperforming. Like they're just much clearer, they're much more interesting, the topics are just better. And so the idea brainstorming is really important. So we've got this AI prompt, we're gonna be using Claude. By the way, all these prompts, I'm going to show you how you can also get these for free at the end of the video. But of course, you can also just pause the video and copy this entire thing if you want to do that too, as I go through the prompts. But essentially, this prompt is brainstorming ideas based off of outliers. So what we're going to do in this case is, you could take ideas from the Nature Lost Vault channel or from our channel or from whatever niche you're trying to compete with. If you're doing a totally different channel, you could do that too. Okay, so the way this prompt works is the instructions here at the top, and we're just gonna copy everything below this line here. So everything below the line, we're just gonna copy that. And then we also want to input 5 titles and then also 1 script. So in this case, you could download like a competitor transcript or something like that. And then it will generate, we're going to generate ideas and titles for adjacent ideas that we can do for videos. If you want really niche ideas as well, you can also input the message, I don't want ideas for titles, but for niches. So this also works for brainstorming adjacent niches. So let's say, you know, if you want to come up with an adjacent niche to what we're doing, you can use this prompt as well. So we've got our text, we're just going to input that, and we're going to have to input the 5 titles and 1 transcript. So in this case, I'm just going to take 5 titles from our existing videos. So here's one that performed really well recently. Let's take that one, the recent most popular videos, so this one as well. Okay, so we're getting 5 titles and 1 transcript. So I'm gonna use this transcript. I'm just gonna download the transcript. I just use the Nextlev Chrome extension to download transcripts, but you could go to like any free transcript downloader website. It's really easy to download YouTube transcripts. Okay, we've got our prompt here. Let's run the prompt. Okay, so let's input our video titles here, and then I'm also going to upload the transcript here. You can see it's going to ask us like the titles and transcript. Obviously, you could do the niches as well too. So this prompt also works for the adjacent niches. All right, so here are prompt loaded, everything. We got a ton of awesome data here. In this case, we asked for 10 ideas still within our same niche, the Lost Build Archives niche. So if you're gonna do an adjacent niche, obviously you wanna ask for ideas in that adjacent niche. You could input those examples and say, do ideas like this, but for this adjacent niche. And you can, you know, customize the prompts however you want. It's really straightforward to use. It's really simple. But we've got our ideas here. And it gives us like some information, kind of like a little pitch on the concept, why it works, and a little bit of a coverage gap in terms of, has this, it's essentially trying to predict, has this idea been done before? So we're getting a lot of really great information here beyond just the actual idea itself. In this case, 10 ideas here. And then we've also got an analysis of the transcript here. This is going to be really good because we're going to use this in the next step when we write the script. But let's just pick one of the ideas here and let's write the script for it for you guys. I like this idea. This roof costs $200 and lasts 500 years. Why is it illegal to build? Kind of similar. I think we might have done an idea like this already, but this idea is really cool. So it's going to give us, the transcript formula, like a little 3 acts of evidence, money trail, then the loophole. So it gives us a little bit of an analysis of the transcript example that we inputted, so we can make a script that will be similar to it. So I'm going to say, let's proceed with the idea. This roof costs $200 and lasts 500 years. Why is it illegal to build? And then we've got our script writing prompt here. This is a pretty complicated prompt, but essentially what this script writing prompt is going to do is it's going to take us through a bunch of different steps to write the script. So it's like a 4-5 step, like 6-step process or something like that. And so all you need to do is just copy the entire prompt, and then we're going to paste that and we'll start running this. So again, I'll show you guys can get these prompts for free. I'll show you how to do that in just a second, but let's paste in this prompt. Okay, so target duration here. Let's go for something similar to the previous video, like 12 to 15 minutes. You don't want to do, the script writing prompts, it gets a little bit tricky when you do scripts that are too long. So for example, if we do a script that's longer than 30 minutes, usually what we'll do is we might take, like, let's say we want to make a 40-minute video, we'll take 2 20-minute scripts and then just put them together rather than trying to make a 40-minute script. Same thing with, like, if we do scripts that are an hour, 2 hours. We have some channels that we do scripts that are like 4 hours long, and the way we do those scripts is like 8 30-minute scripts put together. So you don't want to do scripts that are too long. So let's just go for like 10 to 12 minutes in duration. Maybe we could do 12 to 14. And yes, use the reference transcript from before. So the way this script writing prompt works is it's going to take our idea and it's going to do like a comprehensive research phase to gather information. It's going to do a bunch of different steps for different parts of the script in terms of like the duration, like the hook is going to be about 60% of the script, the context, the setup, action, climax, fallout, and so on. It's going to do a bunch of research. It's going to deconstruct the example transcript. So obviously the example you provide here is really important. If you can do multiple transcripts, that can also increase the quality of the output. And then it's going to write the script and go through each of these steps here and then give us an output. And then what we can do with the output is revise it a little bit. And then it's also going to give us a version that we can just input into VidRush automatically. And then at the very end, it'll do like a quality checklist to double check and produce everything. Okay, so it's done processing. Didn't take too long, just like a minute or so. And it's going to give us just a ton of information about the video, the script, so the research summary, kind of the stories, the information that's going into this. So usually we want to review this and just like make sure everything is really good, make sure it's accurate. And it's going to give us a pattern analysis here from the transcript, of course, and build a profile of that transcript and then use that as the template for the script that it's going to write. And then here we've got the structure of the script. It's going to write a hook for each section. So every section has like its own hook so that there's a constant like rehook and curiosity gaps, and the script like keeps people engaged throughout the entire thing. And then here we have the VidRush ready script, which is perfect because what we're going to do is take this script and upload it into VidRush. Now it also is going to give us a few different things to just double check and fact check. So we could fact check these things. For the purposes of this example, I'm just going to keep things moving because I don't want this video to be an hour long. Now, normally what I would do to make sure that the content quality is really good is we would spend maybe 30 minutes just revising this script manually. So I would kind of go through it, just look at it, understand it, and just like revise everything. I would spend, especially, I would always revise like the first paragraph, essentially the hook, and then from there just kind of like review everything else. But for the purposes of this example, I'm just going to use this script as it is. So with VidRush, if you guys don't know, VidRush is a software that generates essentially the entire video for you. Normally, uploading the script is an option, and then you can choose the voiceover artist. But what I'm actually going to do here is take it even one step further. We're going to use our own custom voice clone. So in this case, what I've done is we created a professional voice clone in 11 Labs. This one, I just recorded my own voice. You can listen to it right here.
Wisdom is the gentle path to understanding life.
All I did was upload about an hour of audio. Like I basically just like downloaded transcripts from YouTube and then just recorded myself reading them for about an hour. Like download the transcripts of your competitor's channel or the adjacent niche or whatever it is you're taking inspiration from, and then just narrate it in a way that you want for your video, essentially. And then you upload that to 11 Labs. We create the professional voice clone. I'm a really big fan of using professional voice clones with 11 Labs because the normal public voices, I think, are just really, really low quality, and they also cause a lot of problems with monetization. Like using the default AI voices is like so many channels get demonetized for doing that. But if you just use a professional voice clone that you make with your own voice, it's going to be unique to your channel. It's going to be way safer for monetization, and it's going to be better quality content as well too. So for the professional voice clone, what we need to do is we go into text-to-speech here with 11 Labs, paste in the script. You know, you can adjust the settings however you want. Wait for it to load. I'm just going to upload an audio of a different voiceover that I had prepared just because I want to get this example moving. So we take that. Obviously, VidRush is going to read the script from the audio. So it still has our script when we're just uploading this audio. And then it's also going to give us this custom voiceover. We're going to be able to use like the super high quality voice clone. You could also just not even use an AI voice. You could just narrate the video yourself too. I've done that on some channels as well. Works great. There's not really any issues with it. And again, is also like safer for monetization than using default AI voices. But okay, so we're going to upload this. Let's not forget to put in the title. And here we go. We've got our theme selection for the videos. So we can do the history theme, modern theme, minimalist theme, standard theme. So I'm just gonna use the standard theme, but obviously you wanna select whichever theme matches the content that you're doing. So do the standard theme, and then the background image. So for any like general scenes that show like things with a background, we're just gonna use the same one we use on this channel, which is the grid pattern. You could also use just the pure black, maybe is fine as well. It's not really too big of a deal. You can just do whatever you want. Now we've got a thumbnail reference. So we can do a reference for the thumbnail. We actually don't use the VidRush thumbnail generally. We use Nano Banana to create our own thumbnails, but let's just, use the VidRush one as well. Why not? I will use, let's see, where was one that was really good? Yeah, this one is good. That's just our highest performing video. We're gonna add this as the thumbnail reference. You can use the VidRush thumbnail if you want, but for us, what I like to do is just use Nano Banana still. Okay, so here we have the finished video in VidRush. This is a different video from the actual script, but I'm just like, I gotta speed up this example a little bit here. But you can see we're getting like a really high quality edit here.
Themselves at the surface to breathe.
We've got background music, we've got sound effects, we've got a bunch of different visuals.
Dilutes the soap concentration and restores surface tension.
And it's generating visuals based on the script of the entire video. And it creates a really high quality video, honestly, in my opinion. So with VidRush, obviously, you want to watch your video and check for any mistakes because, again, it is still an AI software. So you got to check for mistakes and any sort of problems, and then just do some very small adjustments manually. It takes like 10, 20 minutes. You can, anything in here that's already in here, you can click on it and then just adjust it in the VidRush editor. Any sort of things that like a spelling mistake or a problem, any sort of captions or text, you can adjust really easily. You can change animations. You can add your own stuff too if you want. We don't add a ton of our own stuff, but I'm starting to get into adding things more and more, where we're also adding, like now we add our AI webcam host to the channel. You can add, so you can go here, you can go to local and then upload, and you can add your own stuff to input into the editor here. And so let me show you how we do the AI webcams. So for that, we use 11 Labs Flows. So if you go to 11 Labs and you just click on Flows, I'll show you a quick example of that. It's just generating based off of an image. So we have this just beautiful image of myself. I know I'm the most handsome man you've ever seen. Of course, not really, but I just have this picture of myself. I actually just took this from one of my videos on the JeremyB channel. Let me actually show you how to do this, not just show you what it is. So we have a video generation here. And then in the video generation, I go to the lip syncing models. In this case, we're using ViDFabric. ViDFabric is one that trains from an image, so it will lip sync just based off of an image. But you can also use Sync Lip Sync Pro 2 if you are training it with videos. So if you have like an hour of video recordings to train the model with, that can work as well. But again, we just do that. And then we have the image generation here. So we upload the image generation node, and that's what I did just right here. I just uploaded the image here. And then we have the audio here. So we're going to do text to speech here using our voice clone model. You input the text, and then we go to here and you click run until here. In this case, run until here. So this is just an example, but I will just do this and then download this right now. And so the reason why we do this setup, by the way, instead of using like HeyGen or something instead, is it's just a higher quality webcam. So that's kind of like the setup we like to use. And then another step we might add in as well is an upscaler. So you can see the ViDFabric only generates in 720p. So then we can add this node to then produce an upscaled version of it. So we might go like 1.5x and then we'll get a 1080p webcam. And then we can go to VidRush here. We can upload that webcam, and then you can put that into the video editor. Another way we also edit videos in VidRush is you might mute the audio. So mute the voiceover and then render and download the video. Render and download the video here in the top right. And then you go into like Adobe Premiere, and then you can put the audio back in. So that way you have a separate audio track for the music and sound effects as well as the actual voiceover. And then you can edit it, like fully customize everything, change the voiceover, cut parts out, change anything you want to do. But that's really how we make our videos on this channel. I'll just go to render video, and then it renders the video and we get a fully finished video. For the webcams, we'll usually do like 3 or 4 clips in the entire video. So they only have to be usually we'll do like 3 to 5 second long clips, just like really quick ones. Like this one here it's still loading, but whatever. It's like a 3-second clip. We'll put like 3 to 5 of those in the entire video. And that really helps protect your monetization. It's also very nice for just building a brand. And if you don't want to do it with your own face, obviously you can just use someone else's, or you can use like an AI model generated. Like you can use Nano Banana to generate a person, like an image of a person, and just like describe the scene, like the background scene that you want, and then edit it a little bit, and then just like use that. So you you AI generate a person basically if you don't want to use your own face or someone else's face. For thumbnails, you can use the VidRush thumbnail, but I also like to use Nano Banana Pro as just a thumbnail generator. It's really good. You just add a couple reference images and then just prompt it like a description of what you want the thumbnail to be. And then usually we'll do like 3 or 4 generations of Nano Banana where we will actually generate the thumbnail and then tweak it and tweak it again, tweak it a little bit more, and so on. So a lot of times as well, what I might do is I might take the VidRush thumbnail and then put that into Nano Banana and do like tweaks that way. So that is like our entire system. In terms of protecting monetization, I think the most important things are just the high quality voiceover, and then the webcam clips really, really help you stay monetized. YouTube, if they just even sense that you used AI in your content, they are demonetizing you nowadays for inauthentic content. So these types of things, it's important to just protect your monetization. Improving beyond VidRush honestly comes down to just doing a little bit more manual inputs. So revising the video manually, revising the script manually, just double checking everything, making sure everything's good, and then adding in the manual parts like the webcams and stuff like that. It takes, the workload goes from maybe like 30 minutes to instead it takes like an hour or an hour and a half for us to make this entire video from scratch, including the script and the webcams and everything. But that little bit of like 30 minutes extra work per video, I think really gives you a step up from the other people that are also using the VidRush software. So that is kind of the setup that we do for this channel. The Lost Build Archives, you can check this out on YouTube. Thank you for watching all the way to the end of this video. If you want my free AI prompts, all you have to do is go down to the first link in the description and submit an application for my one-to-one coaching program. It's completely free to apply, of course. The coaching program itself is not free, but for everybody that applies, I'll send you these prompts to your email as a free bonus. So even if you're completely not interested in actually getting coaching with me, I'll still send you the prompts. Just submit an application anyway, and then I'll send it to your email. But of course, if you are interested in getting coaching with me, I can help you start a channel like Lost Build Archives, where we made $20,000 in about 40 days, monetize after just about 2 weeks of posting content, 83,000 views on the literal first video posted on this channel. So if you want me to help you grow a channel like this as well, maybe take the application just a little bit more seriously as well, but I'll still send you these free prompts either way regardless. And now let's talk about what's next for this channel, what we're kind of focusing on next, or what you could do if you want to replicate this success for yourself. So a big thing we're doing now is expanding to branded content. So we're putting the guy's face not just in the videos, but in the thumbnails, trying to build up that brand. Maybe we'll start doing like sponsorships at some point, or third-party advertisement deals and selling products, or just otherwise doing some larger scale monetization on this channel. We're also scaling to more adjacent niches and more channels in similar niches to this. So we kind of talked about adjacent niches earlier in this video. And then we also have the ways that we're scaling the actual channel itself. I think when you have a YouTube channel that's really successful, there's essentially 3 ways to scale that. You can either make the videos better, you can make more videos, or you can make the videos longer. And by making the videos longer, you increase the RPM significantly. So for us, we're really trying to scale by making the videos longer. You can see we actually kind of slowed down posting a little bit. So we're posting less videos, trying to make the videos longer, trying to make the ideas better, trying to make the videos land and make the success a little bit more consistent, especially since the niche is like pretty saturated now. But that is the next steps for this channel. Of course, whenever you see a niche in a public video or a tweet, or just someone sharing a niche with you, to an extent, it's always going to be something that is a little bit saturated, just because if a niche is being shared with you, that means it's been done already. Even if it's just one person that did it, that's going to be more than potentially a niche that you come up with yourself, or think of a niche on your own, or some adjacent niche that you figure out. So you always want to think about the adjacent niche, think about the adjacent topics. Try not to copy niches one-to-one unless they're super new or super undersaturated. And if all else fails, you could always just get an expert to help find a niche for you. I'll be very happy. All my coaching students, I help find niches for them. I helped find this niche for this coaching student. So he was very, very happy. And now we're like in partnership with this channel together. So it's a great success, and I'm really excited to see the future that this channel grows. It's only been like a month and a half, not even a month and a half, and we're already like almost 100K subscribers. We're building up into larger monetization models. So if you guys want me to do more channel showcases like this, I know this is a really long video. So if you made it all the way to the end of the video, comment, I don't know, showcase or something like that, and I'll do more of these showcases. I think this is a really cool format of content to do on this like unfiltered channel, where I just this channel, I literally just turn on the recording button and I just yap. I'm a big yapper. I need my outlet to just yap about YouTube. So it's fun for me to make these videos too. So if you guys are interested, check out the coaching program. You can apply for that. If you want to get access to VidRush, use code JeremyB. I'll spell it out right here, JeremyB. JeremyB to get access as a referral code for VidRush, just to get access to the platform. It's not free, obviously, but it just gets you access so that you can use it, which again is a really big competitive advantage because it's literally a private software. You can't get it otherwise. So I have just a deal with the founder of VidRush where I'm friends with the founder, so he helps me get you guys into the software a little bit earlier. That's gonna be it for this video. Check out some of my other videos on the screen right now. And yeah, if you guys want the free AI prompts, apply through the application, the free application at the link in the description, apply to the coaching program, and then I'll send you the prompts through an email immediately. It's gonna be the first email you receive right away after you apply. It's already automatically set up. So you just apply and then you get the prompts for free sent to your email. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.